Well, hello everyone. I'm so excited to join you today with a special guest, Dan. Hey, Dan. Thanks
Hi.
so much for joining us. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about Dan's story. And I know that you're going to be inspired. We had a chance to connect before we even started. So I love his story. If you'll notice, he's got a box in the background. I thought this was so cool that he's getting ready to move and buy a house. And I don't want to spoil it. So he's going to share more about his story. But I know that you're going to be inspired just as I am to hear more about Dan. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Most of my experience as a nurse was in the Middle East, and then I was in an ortho and neurosurgery unit. So I've been there for the past 7 years, and then I decided to join Avant because actually I didn't know there was such a thing called Avant. I didn't know how to
Mhm.
start, but
Yeah.
yeah, my dad's colleagues and my coworkers, I mean, they were asking for references from me and stuff. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was just intrigued. I'm like, oh my god. I was thinking about staying there for a little bit longer, just because.
Sure.
Yeah, the actually was an okay place for experience and everything, but then
Yeah.
I decided to, I was gunning for the long term. I was thinking
Mhm.
about the long term thing, for me and the family. So I decided to sign up with Avant,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I got through them through. Actually, I messaged them through Facebook.
Oh,
The
great.
messenger, yes, and just like that, they just like a couple of minutes, someone just messaged back right away. I just sent in my resume and everything, and they set me up for interview. I mean, it was like that quick. They would just get in touch with you immediately.
Mhm.
So that's what I like about it, and actually, this was not the first choice for me to come here.
Yeah.
There were other options, other options, other places. But then I've got some family members here, and
Yeah.
yeah, I've got my dad's side. They're mostly here, and they were
Mhm.
kind of encouraging me a little bit to come over. I thought it was gonna take a couple of years before I could get that interview from the embassy,
Yeah.
but then COVID hit, and then I think it sped the processing a little bit, more. So
Yeah.
then, yeah, we were caught off guard. So after that, we were like so nervous. We didn't know what to do. We were
Mhm.
excited at the same time,
Yeah.
nervous, right? So then, from the Middle East, we relocated here, and during that time, my wife was already pregnant with the second kid.
Oh,
So it was,
wow.
yes, difficult for us. So I didn't want to
Mhm.
bring her with me to Florida because we couldn't really afford it. So
Yeah.
I had family in California. So
Mhm.
what we did was we did a connecting flight. I dropped them over to California with the family,
Yeah.
and then I went straight connecting flight to Orlando, Florida.
Mhm.
So there, after landing, is like everything was so taken care of. I mean, Avant picked us up from the airport. We're basically spoon fed. Everything was done for us. We didn't need to do any much. I mean, everything was arranged. I mean, wow, that was quite an experience. I mean, tell you the truth, the first couple of months when I got here, one of the best experiences was with Avant.
Oh, I'm so
Yes,
glad.
with the driving, the driving, processing of the cards and everything,
Mhm.
and all the mentoring and all the thing to prep me to where I am today. That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I mean, that was worth it. It was stressful in a way that it was a good kind of stress,
Yeah.
but then it paid off. I mean, when I came to my facility here, I'm in Illinois, by the way. I'm one of the best
Yeah.
hospitals in Illinois. I thank Avant for placing me in this unit and this facility. And
Yeah.
I really applied everything that they prepared me for. I applied to my workplace. So the
So
transition, I mean,
great.
yeah, me adapting and everything, it was not as much. I was in a
Mhm.
school shocked and everything. Everything, everything just went smooth. Securing the car from the dealership and everything.
Yeah.
Teach you all these things is it's just wow. It's just amazing. And right now, from if you want me to compare from my life from before in the Middle East to right here
Yeah.
now,
We'd love to hear more about that.
It's just it is awesome. I just feel like a different person. Everything that I dreamed about, I got it here. We
Oh,
really didn't come from anything back in the Middle East. I couldn't afford a car.
yeah,
Yes, and then here, first thing I did when I got here, we got a car, and I
yeah.
started learning to drive, and I'm like, what, 40, and I started learning how to drive and everything, and wow,
Yeah.
that is an accomplishment. And um, started working on myself, on my career and everything. I even got my wife to join me in my unit in the hospital.
That's amazing.
I love this hospital so much that I wanted her to work with me.
That's love right there.
Yeah. So the thing is, it was such a level up from what I had before. Back then in the
Mhm,
Middle East, we really don't get as much appreciation as 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 I am getting right here.
mhm,
Back there, it's like it has to be focused on the locals and stuff. Sad to say that it was a beautiful place. I met a lot of friends, but I
mhm,
think the government is aiming for them, to be built
mhm.
up more and stuff. So there's hardly any place for me to level up, be a
Yeah,
child, be a UNL, level up career wise and stuff. So actually that place was a dead end for me.
yeah.
So yes, I just feel so appreciated right here, right now. I mean, on my first couple of months, I already earned a Daisy nomination from a
Yes,
patient.
you did.
Yes,
Congratulations.
yes, and oh my God, they just keep coming. And as you can see,
Woo!
I
That's
took
awesome. Look at
more.
that.
Wow, I'm like, I've never felt this appreciated compared to my other workplace. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow. And all of this was product of training from Avant. The communication skills, the bedside manners, and everything. It was all
yeah,
due to Avant, and them training me was an integral part. To adapt to this place. I mean,
yeah.
at first it's difficult. Yeah, you have to get along with people, but once you do establish that rapport, it gets better, and then um, it just gets way better. That's what I can say. And now everything's so convenient. Everything is like I'm planning things ahead now. Um, I've told ma'am over here earlier that we're planning to get a house for ourselves. Actually, we're supposed to get one a couple of months back, but we got outbid. We didn't know what we were doing. We have to go through that thing, the bidding and stuff. And actually, Avant, they have programs for that. I mean, they teach you on how to do that and
Mhm.
stuff. So our first home that we fell in love with, we got outbid, so we didn't end up getting that. And then my
Mhm.
wife needed to give birth again to our third
Yeah,
kid.
yeah,
So we wanted to sell the bills a little bit more before we
yeah.
could go, yeah, look for another home. And yeah, I think most of the Avants that I know who have come here way ahead of me have already bought their homes as well. So if I'm jealous of that, so I'm probably gonna work for that as well. And
You're on the way, Dan. It's gonna happen for you.
oh yes, yes. And everything has been so very convenient. I mean, here is like I get to buy the things that I want. You
Yeah.
know, yes, I just put in a little bit of overtime, and I could purchase things for myself that I've always
Mhm.
wanted or that I couldn't.
Yeah.
And yes, here a little, the thing about here is being here in the U.S. as an RN, it's way different from being in the Middle East. Here, it's like, every time you meet a person outside, you're wearing your scrubs,
Right.
and when they say, "Oh my God, you're a nurse," I've always wanted to be like you. I'm in nursing school. And
Oh,
then
that's so
sometimes from the
great.
cashier, from the restaurants, they give you freebies. I'm like, hey, keep up the good work. Okay. We appreciate what you're doing. Here, I'm not just a doctor's assistant or a maid or something. Here, I'm
Right.
somebody. This is a career choice. And, this being on RN here, you can branch out in different directions. You can be an APRN. You can do
Yeah.
a lot of things with it. I mean, it's just limitless. So I'm just like, oh my God, I have made the right choice. Every day I'm still finding more things to do, discovering things. It's still a learning process, and everything's just so stellar. and it's a
Yeah.
learning. Yeah, it's just sometimes I just think to myself like, I can't believe I'm here.
That's so awesome. Well, Dan, I just love hearing your story. And I think you have so many good things to share. One of the things that stuck out to me is when you were talking about budgeting, because I think that that's a misconception anywhere. And when you were saying, as long as you work hard, and budget for it, even what you're saying with, I have a third kid on the way. So I have to weigh out what's important right now,
Mhm.
but you will and have been able to achieve your dreams by being learning how to budget, making sure you have the resources you need so that you can buy stuff that you, like you said, you've always wanted. So I think that is so important. So thank you for sharing that. And not many people, a lot of people have shared that they are kind of shocked when they get here, like, well, what do you mean? Because they aren't used to having to budget or having to do some of those things. So sharing the reality, I just want to say thank you, because it's true. Like, if you work hard and you budget, you are able to achieve the things that you didn't think you could. So thank you.
I've had colleagues here who just came here, and they came from all the way from
Yeah.
New Zealand, and they were there for a couple of years, and they said that they could never afford a house and all these
Right.
things. They could never get what they want, what they need, and they've got one kid, right? So they immigrated here. It took them about a year and a half, and they were able to secure a home that quick.
Yeah.
They bought
Yeah.
2 cars, and I've never seen wow, the largest TV I've ever seen in my life. And nurses here, just to inspire you guys, what's waiting here, nurses here, they do pretty well. I
Mhm.
mean, you go to their house, it's always like a 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom kind of home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice car, I mean, you would see them, and you would see them at the same time picking up shifts, doing overtime. It's just, you could buy, I mean, here I could get a sports car for myself, and,
Yeah.
and at the same time, yeah, I've never thought I would own one, but I can. I mean, I could afford it.
Yeah.
I mean, just a matter of working a little bit extra, hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do all these things as long as you're a hard worker. You just do what you have to do and to get by, and you will do much. You get to travel.
So one last question is, there are a lot of people that are going to watch this and be inspired by your story. So what advice would you have for them, for nurses that are on assignment right now, and for nurses that are considering becoming a USRN?
I know it can be a long, tedious process. The whole process of the paperwork and everything.
Yeah.
Trying to pass that exam, those exams, the NCLEX, the IELTS. It's just, sometimes you're gonna ask yourself like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Is it really, in the long run, is it gonna be worth my time? And I can tell you, yes, it is. Uh,
Yeah.
some people, thought about, okay, maybe I should go to another country and work first and wait for it there and everything.
Yeah.
That thing, it would always cross your mind, but when it gets there, it's gonna be quick.
Yeah.
When your current and everything is ready, it's gonna be really quick. So all I'm asking is just you guys be a little bit more patient.
Yeah.
Just think that everything will turn out great in the end. Sometimes you
Mhm.
might think that it's gonna take forever, but no, it's gonna take less.
Yeah.
For the day I passed and I signed up with Avant, it took me about 2 years.
Mhm.
No, less than 2 years. And I've known people who came here less than 2 years, even quicker than I have.
Yeah.
So everything it's just sometimes you might think you're gonna lose hope, like, oh my God, this is taking forever. I mean, let's not push through, but think about it. I mean, that's what I used to tell myself, but right here, right now, I'm here with the family. That's the good thing. It's
Yeah.
just not you coming here. It's your entire, if you have a family, wife, kids, no
Right.
matter kids, you get to take them with you. It's not like
Yeah.
when you're going to another place. Here it's gonna
Yeah.
take time, a couple of months to take them. But here, no, you all come together, Me, that's what I did. Me and the wife and kid, she wants to keep an eye on me, so we came together. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. But so we came here together, and I've I've had colleagues here, same with Avant, they've got like 3, 4 kids.
Yeah.
They come together, they can follow. It
Yeah.
doesn't take much time, as long as the important thing is you guys get to be together, and that is awesome. And for those single people out there, oh wow. I mean, when you come here, I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad I didn't get married back in the Philippines. There's so many. I'm kidding.
The advice for
It's so
singles.
diverse. You meet a lot of different people. It's just so diverse.
Yeah.
It's like who knows? I've had single people come here and meet the love of their life, their soulmates, and now they're getting
Yeah.
married. So
Yeah.
that's another way to inspire you. I don't know what else to say, but I hope that inspires you single people. Yeah. But it's a level up. It's
Yeah.
really different when you are a USRN compared to RN to um in another place. It's just,
Right.
yeah, I mean, most of the innovations, the researchers, they come from the US, and it's always an elite status. Whenever you say to somebody that you are a USRN, it's like totally different. It's like
Yeah.
level up. People look up to you. So I think
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why I decided to be a USRN. It's amazing. Here it's like leveled up. We make nurses here, they make good money, and so I'm like, wow. Everybody's striving to be one. Every time I meet somebody in a cashier outside Walgreens, Walmart, they would always say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm trying to get into nursing school. I'm trying to be a nurse as well. So it's like here you are somebody,
Yeah.
you are looked up upon, you are a hero, a healthcare hero. So you're one of them. And it's just amazing when you hear these kind of, and people, they appreciate you, the patients, they appreciate
Yeah.
you, and they think you're going out of your way to help them out. They appreciate you. They would write you for something, you get nominated, you get a daisy.
Yeah. Look at
I
that. Look at how many daisies you've
Yes,
got
I
there.
never thought I'd get a lot, from feedback and everything. Avant, it kind of, they're gonna help you through the process. Just trust the process, trust them. I mean, when you ask around from different agency and everything, because I've been working with a couple of people who are not Avant, who are other agencies as well,
Mhm.
and the feedback they give is just so different. Like, oh my God, um, well, they really look out for you. They really take care of you. Said, yeah, every month we get a call. They make sure we're okay.
Mhm.
Sure we're taken care of. They don't just leave us hanging. They're always there. Somebody's always there for us, during the process. And they're like, oh my God, I wish our company could be like this. I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't know. I think I signed up with this was my right choice from the beginning. I've got several reviews from others, but I went because I saw like almost all the Avants are the one leaving for the US. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be an Avant.
That's awesome. Well, Dan, it was an absolute pleasure. And you truly are a great example of someone that had a dream, became and lived that dream, and now are inspiring others. And we couldn't ask for anything more. And we are so excited for you. And congratulations on the new baby. Congratulations on all the awards that you're getting, and also for the house that's coming. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you very
Maraming
much.
salamat
Maraming
for
salamat.
being for being on this show with me. So all of you there, you've heard Dan's story. How inspiring. I know that I'm leaving today on a good note, because this just made my day to hear this amazing story of success, overcoming difficulty, and living the dream. And that's what it's about. So if you haven't applied yet, please apply to Avant today. We would love to help you succeed as well and become the nurse that you've always wanted to be, and achieve the dreams that you've always wanted, just like Dan and his family. So hope to see you guys again soon. Stay tuned on this channel.
Thank you very
Bye.
much for having me. Bye.